Everyone has the right to information.
Yes, it is a right.
The law does not discriminate.
Information is the oxygen of democracy.
Hi, and welcome to the third episode of the Understanding the Freedom of Information Act series, brought to you by the Right to Know, FOI Nigeria. In the first episode, we learned that everyone has a right to access information held by public institutions. Now, let's consider what is a public institution. One may naturally imagine that government agencies are public institutions, and that would be correct. But can a private company be a public institution according to the Freedom of Information Act? What does the law say? The Freedom of Information FOI Act defines public institution under Section 2, subsection 7 and Section 31. You should read these sections to grasp the full scope, but in summary, the definition encompasses all authorities, agencies, ministries, and extraministerial departments of government, administrative and advisory bodies, boards, bureaus, committees, commissions, and all corporations established by law, all companies in which government holds controlling interest, and any subsidiary body supported in whole or in part by public funds. Now, identifying these is quite straightforward. However, it is not only government-owned institutions that are referred to as public institutions. The definition also includes private companies utilizing public funds, private companies carrying out public services, and private companies carrying out public functions. This is especially significant since the lines between government and private enterprise are often intertwined. For example, construction companies are often contracted by government to erect public structures, such as bridges or other public buildings, and these are paid for with public funds. Another example might be an instance where a private company carries out a public function, such as collecting revenue on behalf of a public authority, or where the public authority and a private organization enter into joint ventures or partnerships for different purposes. So you can clearly see how a private organization can be validly defined as a public institution. And what that means is that the activities of many government contractors and joint venture businesses can be bound by obligations under the FOI Act. This does not mean that every private business conducted by the company is going to be subject to the FOI Act, but only activities that relate to public funds, public services, or public functions. So in conclusion, the definition of a public institution includes government organizations and offices, as well as relevant private organizations that utilize public funds, carry out public functions, or provide public services. And all public institutions defined by the Act have a duty to comply with the obligations enumerated by the provisions of the Act.